All right. I'd like to thank our first sponsor. It's Slow Smog, actually. Yeah, he paid $800 and begged me to play that.
He pleaded, actually, on his knees, if you can believe it.
He threatened me. He came to my door and he said, please play this exact track.
By God, if you don't play this small segment of this exact track as the intro and outro to your 20th episode, so help me.
What'll he do?
I don't know. He didn't continue the threat.
No,
I don't know.
That's pretty scary. No, I actually, as I mentioned a little bit last time, I contacted him and was like, hey, we'd really love to actually use the outro that we used as an intro and outro to our podcast. As we are coming up to episode 20, I think it would be cute to ditch the wretched intro and outro and have something fresh, have something new.
I think we can all agree that the old one was fucking awful.
Yeah, it was really garbage.
Sounded like it was made by a clown.
Okay.
Yeah.
A wicked clown?
From the Dark Carnival, perhaps.
Which one? Was he friends with the ringmaster? Or is he more of a riddle box type guy?
The references are getting like too obscure now.
No, the person from Slow Smog, and I should really learn their name. I'm going to look it up right after this because we've spoken a good bit at this point.
A couple of times, yeah.
They were such a gentleman and a scholar, really.
A scholar,
that they denied my my offer of money. I was like, I'll pay you X amount to use blah blah blah, and they were like, I can't accept that. I was like, just let's get the money, and I was convincing them to do so, and they were like, I will not. And of course, you can use the music.
Refuse.
So I mean, obviously, the biggest shout out to Slow Smog. Check their music out on Bandcamp. It was so good that we wanted to use it.
Yeah, and the rest of the album is really good. We listened to the whole thing. It's amazing. You should definitely check it out.
Check it out. So, welcome to All the Space Between.
Welcome to the only podcast with a website. I am Billy.
I am Mitch. So,
Hi.
To start off this episode, before we get into the questions, we're going to do anything like that. I woke up early today.
You woke up exceptionally early today.
I woke up earlier than I have in years, and and it was about 7:30, 7:45. So it's not that early, but it is in fact earlier than I've woken up in years.
It is in fact actually closer to the time that you go to sleep.
Very close, and in fact earlier than the time I go to sleep. In the last couple weeks, there have been at least a couple times where I just stayed up till 8 o'clock. So my day feels like it's been 3 days so far.
It's absolutely been flipped on its head.
Yeah. I don't know where I am right now.
You've been up for 1,000 hours by this point.
I've counted it. Yeah, it's 1,000.
I think it's 1,000. I think it really is.
So I've been doing that, and it's because I had a house cleaner over. I have an inspection coming up. They're doing a walkthrough through the house because I've lived here like a year and a half now, and they were like, "Oh, surprise! We're gonna sniff around over there." So I thought it'd be good to get a cleaner to just make it look new again. You know, get a real deep clean in here. So she came by. She did. She gave me an estimate, and I was like, "Sounds good. I'll see you. I'll see you on Sunday." She's like, "Cool. I'll be there at 8 a.m." And I was too proud to be like, I can't. Because I already told her I work from home, you know. So I was like, anytime is fine. I work from home.
Yeah. I'm good whenever. She's like, okay, 8 a.m. a time that a normal person's awake. You're like, of course.
Yeah. She was just like, is 8 a.m. okay? Because you're not gonna actually be doing any of the work, and I will, and you just have to open the door for me. And I was like, yeah, fuck, I guess, yes, 8 a.m.
I fucking suppose.
Fuck. So it means I have to be up at 7:40. Okay, yeah, no, 8 a.m. I'll make that happen. So I purposely went to bed early last night, and I did the whole adult thing, and I woke up. And waking up early is life-changing. And
beautiful.
2, having a house cleaner is fucking life-changing. I cannot believe how talented this woman is. This place feels like I just fucking moved into it. It's incredible.
Amazing. I can't wait to see.
It'll be fucking filthy by the time you get here. But they'll hire
less than
her
a month.
again.
It's got to be just grime on the walls again. Mold on the ceilings.
I never considered. Don't tell them how I live. I never considered or I guess I did like right when I moved in. I was like, should I get a house cleaner? This place is much larger than the old place that I lived, and I'm so busy with this or that. I don't know. I probably don't need one. And I'm considering just supporting that line of work more now and just having one. But it also feels a little kind of. It feels weird because I don't want to be looked at like. It feels like, oh, how privileged I am to have a fucking house cleaner come by once a month. But then at the same time, not hiring her feels worse. Because she definitely wants the work.
Yeah. I don't think of a cleaner as like a privileged thing necessarily, because I had one while I was growing up, and I lived with my mum in a single parent household, and she was working full time all the time to support us all, so she had a cleaner.
Cool.
And it's not like we were living decadently at all, but it was just like a necessary thing, because, people are busy. That's how it goes.
Yeah, I guess I sort of view it the way that I do because my mother was a house cleaner as one of her jobs, I don't think I ever told you that.
I don't think you told me that either, but that's cool.
Yeah, she worked a lot of jobs like that. And one of them was a house cleaner, and she did that for quite a while. And yeah, so I always kind of saw it as something that I didn't have, but something that my mother did, We didn't have a house cleaner. She was a house cleaner. Of course. And then you were telling me that your mom is one of those people that like cleans before the house cleaner gets there.
Yes.
That's adorable.
Absolutely.
I'm making a purposeful mess.
Otherwise she'd get like embarrassed. You're giving us off to do.
I'm fucking things up. I'm leaving a trail of shit and piss behind me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, your mom would clean up before the house cleaner got there?
Yeah, like not a deep clean, but like kind of if stuff was like too dusty, she'd be like, well, that's embarrassing. We'll just sweep a bit, come on. I know, obviously, you're meant to tidy before a cleaner comes around, right. Obviously.
I certainly tidied, yes.
Yeah. But it always felt like she was going a bit too far.
Would she ever? I mean, I totally feel that because last night, like before I went to bed, I was like, well, she's gonna have to walk through my room to get to the bathroom. I specifically told her not to clean my room, and she did it anyway, so I tipped her. But when she has to walk through my room, and when she was giving the estimate, the room was so bad. Like it was like so embarrassing. Like she was like, "Oh, can I see the bathroom I'm going to clean?" I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." Well, excuse the mess, even though like she gives a fuck. That's her job. But so I was like, I'm going to tidy it up just to be less embarrassed. And then I kind of I tidied up the bathroom. I got stuff out of the way in the kitchen and stuff. And I was really tempted to be like, keep going, do the countertops, sweep. And I was like, no, what the fuck? No, this is the whole point.
Yeah, you start like getting into the swing of things.
Yeah, it's pristine when she comes over. She's like, what do you want me to do?
You just hand her the money. Well, go have lunch. Yeah. Thanks for motivating me to do it.
You made me a better man.
Yeah, I need to be societally kind of pressured into both cleaning and waking up early, so you've done me a great service.
She really did. She has no idea that she changed me.
She has no idea how you really live.
Mm-hmm. And now I'm a new boy.
Yeah.
And it feels good. Feels great.
He's a new boy emerging from his clean cocoon.
I keep walking around to like random parts of the house, and I just like check little things like under the microwave or something. It's like, whoa. It's all clean. I can't believe it's all clean.
Well, no more bugs.
I had no more festering roaches. Kind of miss them. I had an experience even where I was in the living room and it all looks great. I don't understand how she's even able to vacuum better than me, but she did it.
It's a skill.
It truly is because even just then, it really does feel like I just moved in. But there was a funny thing where I was like, I stood on top of like my sofa and then reached really high up to see if I can get one finger on the ceiling fan to check up there because it's like a high ceiling over there, and I just barely reached it. And I was like, no, she didn't. And then I touched the topic. Oh, she didn't. Well, that's fair. Probably didn't have the appropriate tools for it.
Oh my God.
I don't know how she would if she's shorter than me.
She's 5'5".
And I'm towering over her at a proud 5'7". I didn't want to intimidate her too much, so I stayed in my office.
On your tippiest toes, stretching as far as you can with your long alien hands.
Yeah, to get one little weird slender finger over the thing. Like, she didn't. Oh,
one little
she
fucking ET finger.
God.
Oh, she really didn't do it.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine.
That's fair. Yeah, no, totally. I guess I was so surprised if she had. Yeah.
Opening your wardrobe, it's like she didn't color coordinate all of my stuff. No, I guess she wouldn't.
Oh God.
Oh, but yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
She didn't reply to my boring emails for me to. Oh, fuck.
She just starts doing all of your chores for you, like your work chores.
That'd be sick. She records a song.
The next banger.
Thank God, someone had to do it.
Anyway, the house is beautiful. The house is clean.
The house is immaculate. It's pristine. It's wonderful. She did an amazing job.
Cool. Can't wait to come mess it up.
Yeah, baby.
Get my grimy little mitts on it.
So the next thing I want to talk about, we're gonna try to get to 2 submitted emails this episode, but I actually feel like doing a lot of talking about the things that have just been happening because I feel like that they're a little bit funny. But we were supposed to record an episode yesterday.
We were,
and as we were about to record, I slipped into a little bit of a compulsion where I was just, the latency is just a little bit. It's worse than it is, isn't it? And you were, it's a little bit worse. I don't like doing the latency because. Right now, we're recording the podcast with you on the other side of the world.
Yes.
And
so many thousands of miles away.
So much space in between us currently.
All of it, actually.
As much of it as possible. all this. That's fucking stupid. But we do that, and when you introduce a little bit of latency, and it really is just the slightest amount, it feels like the conversation is just a little bit boxed in. It feels like I say something, not a full second either, like a quarter of a second later, there's a laugh and vice versa. And then it just, the latency isn't great.
Yeah.
So we were using, I'm going to say some names. Is that smart?
Yeah.
Fuck it. We were using Rabbit, we were using Skype, and we were using, I can say a real person's name. That'd be funny. I dox a real person. No, we were using FaceTime audio, Skype, and Rabbit. And really testing between them, being like, okay, so FaceTime is the worst.
Yeah.
Skype is okay, but the audio quality is fucking terrible. Rabbit was usually the best, but they're having problems with their servers. Like, what do we do? We found this open source VoIP that, hey, I hate saying VoIP. I'm only saying that lately because I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos about it, and everyone says that, but I've always said VoIP. So I'm going to continue that.
I've always said VoIP.
VoIP.
No, I'd literally never heard of the word until yesterday.
Oh, really?
No.
I've always said VoIP. For God, it's almost 24 hours now. So not to get too into that, but we spent the entirety of our conversation yesterday not recording a podcast, but instead like hours looking into open source VoIPs. Specifically this one, so that we can... This one specializes in low latency, and it's some of the weirdest hacker shit I've ever fucking done.
Really? Really? I said it felt like FTP for speaking, and it really does, but I don't even think anyone's going to know what I mean by FTP who's listening to this.
That's true.
I think that's too old internet for people to know about generally.
What was the song that random German server was playing when we were testing it out?
Oh my God. What was it?
Was it My Sharona?
Well, the first one was My Sharona. Yeah. We were just going into like random open servers to try and test it out.
Test out the quality.
We most of the ones we went into were just like gaming servers that no one was in, so everyone was muted. But we walked into one, it was just like a German public radio station, I guess.
Just blasting My Sharona.
Immediately blasting My Sharona so loudly that I got scared and shut the program.
Like, this is some weird hacker shit. I don't like it. This feels like old technology, though. This feels, because that's how we're talking right now, and the latency is fucking fantastic. It's really great.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's so good. And in fact, I liked it so much because first we installed it. We didn't like it because we're like, this is confusing. Let's just go back to the other thing we were doing. So we uninstalled it. And then when we were reading more about it, and lots of people were just like, no, this is, if you really want to get into it, this is the best when it comes to latency, when it comes to this. We're like, oh, maybe we should fucking do it. Maybe we should buy
Oh,
a
fuck.
server so we can speak. Like maybe we should do that. And so I was like, okay, it's up to you.
We have to re-download it again,
What do you
reinstall
want?
it.
Yeah. And you were like, let's do it all again. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then we learned it all. We bought a server.
Yeah.
So now we're actually renting a server space.
The hefty price. The hefty price of about $3 a month.
It's about $3 a month, yeah.
Yeah.
And we got 8 extra slots in it if anyone wants to join our Mumble server.
Yeah, it's our $200 tier on Patreon if you'd like to join up. We won't be in the server most of the time, but you can go in.
Once a week, we'll be in there to record a podcast. You can hear the podcast early. You can hear it live, baby. With the smallest amount of latency. It's the closest to live you'll ever get.
It's so close to being in a room with us.
In fact, that's amazing because like when you listen to Flat Sound Radio, there's about a 10-second delay. 10 whole seconds. Imagine barely like 1/16 of a second. That's how much delay.
Amazing.
That's super
beautiful.
live.
Yeah, I love it. I will also mention that one of the reasons that we did not like it in the first place and did uninstall it is because it is primarily, yes, for gamers.
It is. I didn't want to be associated with them.
Yeah, so that's embarrassing, humiliating, and
my dick shrank.
Yeah.
But that's the price
to be
I
frank
have
with
to
you all.
pay. Yeah, if I'm being honest, fuck it. Yeah, it went down a couple inches. And I'm petrified. But it is the sacrifices we have to make to have a fluid conversation with almost no latency at all.
Yeah, is that we have to just share a program with hackers and gamers. So here we are.
It's so funny to me to think that like the thought of setting up a Patreon tier that was like, you'll get to talk to us in a voice chat. Someone actually signs up for it and we're like, all right, so here's our Mumble server. They're like, what the fuck? I thought we were just going to FaceTime audio.
You're going to need to plug in the address, the server.
Yeah, so here's our IP. Here's the server name. Here's the port number. Don't forget the port. Name it whatever you'd like. And so now that'll just show up in your servers that you'll have access to.
You can't paste things in here, so you will need to just memorize these long strings of numbers.
Right.
But good luck. See you in there.
We will be in there, but once a week for an hour. Hope you catch us because you don't know when we're recording an episode.
We don't know when we're recording an episode. We don't have a schedule.
And other than that, yeah, you're good to go. Thank you for signing up. There's no refunds. And we'll see you there.
Maybe. Maybe not. That's the fun of it. You might not see us at all.
Giving someone just an old open source janky little hacker VoIP as a means to communicate with us as a privilege.
It was so hard to even install. Like, we don't know how to work a GitHub. So, like,
yeah, we
for us
finally
to
learned.
Install some open source software was like really hard.
Yeah, when you and I are looking at stuff online and then like there's a GitHub involved, we're both like, because it's just what's already out of our realm of understanding. I'm good at other stuff. I do like so much coding on my website and stuff, but when it comes to like GitHub, I'm just like, I just haven't utilized this ever, and I'm too embarrassed to ask at this point. Too embarrassed to ask, where's the download button?
How the fuck do I download something off of this downloading website? God.
So dumb.
But we have beautiful latency-free conversation now, practically.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really awesome. Maybe they'll feel the difference. You think that?
I hope that.
Maybe
I wish it in my heart.
Yeah, they'll think, hey, $3 a month is that's not bad. Because they sound like they're having a fluid conversation. In fact, when you listen to old episodes, you'll notice this like horrifying 12-second gap after everything that I say.
Just an incredibly uncomfortable long amount of silence that you can't believe you never clocked before.
Right. Yeah, if you go back, it's more obvious than ever. And it is, I timed it, it's 12, it's like 11 and a half seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes then when you come in and laugh, I'm already saying something else, so it surprises me. I'll go, what the fuck? Shit. Okay, let's try and squeeze some questions into this episode.
Okay. You want me to start off?
Yes. You'll do one,
Okay.
I'll do one, and then if we have time for a third one,
Ooh, we might squeeze one in.
we'll do that.
Okay. Our first question is entitled, I farted. Okay.
Water
so-
spurts out of my nose when you say that. Ruins.
You just slapping your knee. You gets all over your microphone.
It ruins the fucking episode. I was taking a drink. Hearing you say I farted, I lose it.
You spit water onto your computer and it electrocutes you. Ah!
Okay. I farted. Go.
Okay, I farted. The question goes, okay, so I was talking to this guy for a while and like sometimes I'd be over late and would just end up crashing at his place. One night I woke myself up because I farted. Guys, I'm talking like a big one. I really just let it rip at like 3 a.m. and woke myself up in the middle of it. And then like 2 days later, I essentially got ghosted.
Oh, God.
Do you think it has anything to do with my fart? Or was it just coincidental timing? Also, like, I'm not torn up about it or anything, but this has just been absolutely plaguing me since it happened. And I want to ask just to know if it woke him up as well and he pretended not to hear, but he was like, I can't do this. But would it be stupid to ask? Because if it was a coincidence, I don't want to play myself like a fool like that. But oh my God, it is really funny and I just need to know this one specific thing, you know? Love the podcast. Hope you are well. This person.
I'm not torn up about it or anything, but it does plague me night and day. So
Has been absolutely plaguing me with a capital P they put.
It does haunt my waking mind.
I'm having nightmares about it, so
My
there's
waking
that.
and non-waking mind.
I'm not bothered, but like it's ruining me.
Yeah. It's really funny. I want to know.
It's so funny. I'm like crying about it.
Right, yeah. There are tears in my eyes because I'm laughing so hard. Well, I'm not really laughing, but there are tears in my eyes. Do you think that this person, that their little butt toot actually was so loud that it pushed the romance right out of this person's body?
Pushed all attraction, just the force of it just reverberated it out.
Yeah.
It was that special that special tone. Yeah.
The exact frequency.
To cancel out any loving aura. Yeah. But yeah, here's the thing. It would have to be loud enough to... It was loud enough to wake you up. It would also have to be loud enough to wake him up.
Especially loud.
And then also loud enough for him to kind of remember
right
in his waking hours and be so put off by it that he'd stop talking to you. So that has to be pretty fucking loud. I can't I can't conceive of a fart that loud.
Yeah, I was going to
say,
I don't think there's a fart that loud. I think like after a certain point, if it was just, it just gets funnier after a certain point. Like the louder it gets, the more ridiculous it is and the more I'll talk about it the next day.
Yeah, I can't imagine I can't imagine you doing that and me waking up and not just being like, so you did this.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd shake me awake and be like, honey, you have to know. You just did a thing.
I cannot imagine I can't imagine that happening to me. Like if has this happened to you? On either side of the fence, have you either woke yourself up or have you been woken up by a partner tooting in bed?
I believe yes to both. I believe
and was
yes
it
to
me?
both. It was not you, no. No. But it can be you.
Okay.
If you'd like. I could
Fine.
change the story. No, it was not you.
Pretend.
I'm trying to remember who it was, though I guess it doesn't matter. But,
I guess I'll call them out by name.
Yeah, but I guess if I just had to throw a name out there, yeah. I'm trying to remember. It was like a pretty funny story like years ago when I was in like my early 20s. And I think what happened is I was like spooning them and that's why it woke me up.
Oh, because like you felt it.
Yeah, they truly did fart on the old dick.
I've definitely done that to people. It's just, that's what happens. That's what, if you're sharing a bed with someone for hours and hours, your body does a lot of stuff while you're asleep, It's digesting stuff, it's resting up, it's stuff's moving around. Like, that's just the reality of it.
Right. Is this a common occurrence with this person, you think? You think they fart so loud they wake themselves up? Oh, so you were saying that you've never farted so loud it's woken you up?
I don't think so.
I think I've done that. Too.
I don't think the volume of it has woken
I think
me
it's
up.
Yeah. Well, I think it was so loud.
No.
It was ear piercing. It's like a dog whistle for some reason.
Your butt's so tight. It's like a fucking whistle.
Fucking pitch only you can hear.
Oh my god. It makes my ears bleed.
No, I've certainly done this. Do I think that the person, is that why they stopped speaking to you? That'd be pretty, what's the word for it? Not petty. Is it petty?
Yeah. Well, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay, then it is petty.
I think that if this person did ghost you because of that, then, like, it's someone you want to be ghosted by.
Probably. Yeah, you probably dodged a bullet there.
Yeah,
Your
they're not that funny. They're not that chill.
Yeah. Your fart was a good little test.
Yeah, separate the wheat from the chaff with this simple test. Yeah.
A little life hack.
The boys from the men.
You fart so loud it wakes him up.
If you don't have one in you, you just kind of download one of those like soundboard comedy apps on your phone. Yeah. Kind of do that in the middle of the night. See what their reaction is.
Jake told me something years ago that I still think about a lot. And it was that he was like, if you fart and someone else hears it and you say, oh, no, that wasn't me. That was like my shoe or something. And then you can somehow fucking replicate the sound with your shoe and even get it close, then it cancels out the fart. And that's fair. And I think that's the funniest thing to be.
Then it cancels it out. Yeah. Then it really didn't happen.
Then
so
the
lie
impressive.
Becomes the truth.
Yeah. If you can make your shoe squeak in a certain way by just kind of on the wooden floor or something, and you're like, and it kind of sounded like it, then it counts.
Then that's so impressive that time kind of rearranges itself so that it didn't. Yeah. So that's true. It didn't happen.
Yeah, that's your one shot to be like, no, it was my shoe. Look it. And then I push my foot against the wooden floor and fart again. Just to get out of this fucking mess I've made.
You try and push your shoe against the floor and fart, but there's like none in you and you just shit yourself. Oh god.
Oh man, I must have stepped in some shit. Whoa, was there shit on your floor, dude? Oh man, what? I gotta go home and fucking tweet about this.
Oh man, your house fucking smells like shit.
Oh, I'm gonna go home, man. Your house sucks. It smells like shit. That's such a fucked up and funny thing to do to somebody. Shit your pants and make
and insult their house.
Insult the quality of their home. Sorry, man, I can't be here anymore. I gotta be honest, your house sucks.
Your house fucking reeks.
I can't take it anymore. You're too bummy, man. I gotta go. Fuck. Okay, we gotta move on.
Okay, right. All right. What's our second question?
Yeah. To wrap this one up, I think this person. I think this person's whack if they really did that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe they probably didn't, or honestly, I don't know. The timing's pretty weird. They probably did. And if they if they are that type of person, then you dodged a bullet. Who cares?
Yeah. Then fuck it.
Okay. The next question.
Mm-hmm.
The second question.
Okay.
Comes in and it says, need help being a real rascal. Oh, I'm going to help someone being a rascal. That'll be fun. I'm having fun.
Yeah, why not?
Fuck it. Hi, Millie and Bitch. Bitch is also, bitch, I should mention that it is censored, but I'm just going to assume it says bitch. Hi, Millie and Bitch. I need help making mischief. After losing my wallet in Japan, immediately getting a new license, and then having my wallet returned to me with everything inside, I now have 2 completely legitimate driver's licenses. Being only 18, I can't really do any legitimately waggish or profit-producing things with them besides vote twice. I don't think that's true. I don't think you can vote twice with the 2 of them.
I think you'll go to jail if you do that.
They'll immediately arrest you.
Not that.
On the other hand, I also have another 2 fake IDs left over from my sister who is, quote, 23 and doesn't look much like me. What kind of shenanigans can I get up to with this abundance of licenses? I feel like it would be shameful if I let the opportunity pass by without performing any kinds of pranks. Please keep in mind that I do fear authority very much, but I would love to become a real scamp. With gratitude, this person.
I love the ending sentence of this question so much.
Yeah, do and very are in bold.
Yeah,
so,
please keep in mind that I do fear authority very much.
Yeah, so keep
but would
that
love
in
to
mind
become a
when
real
you're-
scamp. So.
I want to do something crazy. Keep it within the law, because
Keep it good.
if I do get caught, I'll be petrified.
I will be afraid. So, I mean, doesn't this greatly depend like what country this person is from? That's like a key bit of information that we're missing.
Yeah. Should I give out their real name and then maybe someone can like look up their
Look 'em
personal
up.
information and then
Yeah.
tell us on the next episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
If someone could just dox them.
So okay, I'm gonna go first name, last name, email. No, I can't imagine what you could do with this abundance of licenses. Like, it is one now. If you have a license, will they just send you another completely valid license? And can you cancel a license like you can cancel a credit card?
I don't think
I
so
don't think
because
so.
I think all the stuff on it is still like I don't know. I've never had a driver's license, so I don't know. I barely know what one fucking looks like.
I'm not sure what you can really do. You can. I was thinking you could you could trick somebody into thinking you have a twin, but it's like, no, it's just you're the same person and it's your same
That's the
name
same
on
name.
it. You're just
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I like that they're like they imply that they want to do something profit producing. It's like I think that's identity fraud. So
okay. Yeah.
maybe not that.
Yeah, I guess you can you can in fact sell one if you want to do something illegal. Because
Yeah.
it's a completely legitimate one. It's not like a fake. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm giving bad illegal advice right now. But I did just do a quick Google search on whether or not this person's going to jail, and not looking good. It turns out they are.
Oh.
And in fact, it's actually, let me just read this last sentence. Yeah, it's our legal responsibility to turn them in.
Oh,
Yeah, so
well,
fuck.
I hope they have podcasts in jail and you can hear this.
I just looked that up too. They don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
So
Oh. Sorry about that.
no, I did see something called Cop Talk. Is it illegal to have 2 driver's licenses? Let's see. This question says, is it illegal to have a valid driver's license in more than one state? Well, that's different. But the answer to that, in short, is no. That's not illegal. What about this? We have a Reddit post. I'm gonna take one
Always
for
trust
the
those.
yeah. I'm gonna take one for the team and log into Reddit.com. There's an explain like I'm 5. Why is it illegal to carry 2 IDs? I didn't even know it was illegal. The top comment is it isn't.
I mean, I guess that did explain it like I'm fine.
Okay,
It isn't.
here we go. Here we go.
Cool.
They say it isn't, but it is illegal to have 2 valid IDs that are exactly the same type, i.e., 2 valid driver's licenses. But you can have, say, a passport and a driver's license on you at the same time, and that's fine. Somebody then asks, why is it illegal? And it goes into an anti-vax debate.
Oh.
No, I'm joking. Someone says, "Happy Cake Day, you won the internet." Oh, fuck.
Oh,
so there's no answer here, yeah.
Yeah, what did we expect?
Someone posted their tits, and now a bunch of people are being really nice to them. Okay, the person says, different IDs prove different things. In terms of U.S. driver's licenses, one thing it proves is residency. You can only legally live in one state, which is, okay, so they're assuming that, yeah, if you carry two of them that says I live here and this one that says I live there, the one where you don't live is not valid, and therefore you shouldn't carry it.
I guess.
But I'm saying these are two of the exact same.
I lost one, I reported lost, and then I found it again.
I think you have to eat the fucking ID and make sure they never find it.
I think you might be on the border of already having done a crime, so you have to fucking eat it. You have to just kind of throw it into the sea now, I think. Yeah. Did you ever have a fake ID?
I never did. Ever. You did?
That's very good of you. Yes.
Oh my god. Does your mom know that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Your mom knew that you had a fake ID?
Well, the first one that I had, I at first got it so that I could get piercings that I wasn't old enough to get.
Dude, first of all, people there can drink at 18.
Yeah.
So how much more waiting did you have to do before you could? I mean, like, were you actually going out, and answer honestly, and drinking with this fake ID?
Yes.
Oh my god. And you were how old?
17.
That's not that bad.
Yeah.
That's not so bad.
Yeah, no, it was only because, okay, when all my friends were still 17, we all just used to drink, like, in a field.
Right.
Like, somewhere.
Classic.
You know? Yeah, so it was only really for that, like, 6-month bit of time where I'm, like, the youngest one in the year, because I'm born in August. So everyone else was old enough to go to the pub then, and I was kind of like, oh, I'm kind of stuck outside and have to either, like, my two options were I could get to the pub at, like, 3 p.m., like, lunchtime before the bouncers got there and just, like, wait for 5 hours.
Have you tried that?
Yeah, I did that quite a few times. Yeah.
What? And then what? And then you can purchase alcohol? Of course you can't.
No. I can't purchase alcohol, but I can be in there, you know. But then the bouncers get there at a certain time, and then you can't get in, you know.
Cool.
So for those times, once I got bored of waiting in the pub for 5 hours, my friend Uzi gave me her spare provisional driver's license.
Oh.
And it always worked because so I guess it wasn't fake, it was just someone else's.
Okay.
It always worked. She looked nothing like me, but because I had, like, really short hair, I was always just like, yeah, I had a haircut.
Oh, and they'd be like,
and
okay.
then they're kind of like, yeah, I guess that explains all of the differences. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, you're both white. Sure.
Was she the same height as you?
Like, roughly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then they don't care.
Yeah.
Who cares? In my real ID photo, I looked, when I was 18, I looked so different than how I looked when I took the photo, because it was right in between. I was, like, very scene. I was very emo, and then I stopped all that shit at once. And I shaved my head, and I stopped wearing makeup. So I had a shaved head, no makeup, no anything like that. And then I got the picture taken, like, not long after that. And then I kind of, I started to look a little more emo again. So I would
limp back into
I would
it.
always give that to people, and I would be 18 years old just purchasing cigarettes or something. I'd be like, here you go, blah, blah, whatever. And they would never fucking believe it's me. They were all, because it really did.
I'm like, sorry, the person in this card doesn't look metrosexual.
it really did look like a fake ID. It looked so fucking fake. And, like, from my perspective too, I'm like, I get it, I know, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
and
God.
They would always be like, when's your birthday? And I'd be like, oh God, are you kidding me? Like, it's this, da, da, da. And then they would, like, look at it and ask me questions, and then kind of look at me again and be like, okay, and then hand me the cigarettes, and I'd be like, fuck. And that happened every time I made a purchase. It was not great. Have you seen that picture? I still have that ID.
I have seen that picture,
and
yeah.
It looks nothing like me.
It doesn't look much like
No,
you,
it does not. It really,
It especially doesn't look like young you. No.
no, I look weirdly older in it, you know? It looks like an older person, and then I'm a younger person
I think
using
that's what
it.
makes it look more fake, is that they're like, this, well, you don't look freshly old enough. You look
Right. Ugh.
29.
It was not great.
So, oh yeah, what I was gonna say is that I had my friend's ID for a little bit in England, but then if you remember, I came to America for a little holiday in 2014.
I don't remember.
And I was 20.
Right.
And I was being invited to a lot of places with my pals in LA that were 21 plus.
Oh,
venues.
yeah.
So I got given a fake ID.
Really? Even you can't avoid having a fake ID. I was never offered a fake ID.
That was really, really fucking weird to me because I'd already been legally drinking for like
years, yeah.
nearly 3 years. Yeah.
That is pretty strange.
And then I went over there and I was like, right, I can't fucking get in anywhere. Like, it's really strange. I was going to like all ages show at the Smell and stuff. But then like my adult friends were like, oh, come to like a legitimate bar, you know? And I was like, oh, I can't. And they were like, oh, okay, we'll like sort you out with a fucking ID. And they did. And it was this really fucking normal looking girl. I still have it. It was some normal looking, yeah.
I'd like to see it.
I might send you a picture of it.
Okay.
Yeah, a really normal looking person from North Carolina who was like 5'9", and I was like,
my God.
No fucking way this is gonna work at all. It says that she's 5'9" and also American
and from North Carolina.
Yeah. And like, have you seen me kind of thing.
So
like,
did you put on an American accent? Like, were you just kind of like walking on your tippy toes and being like, hello, partner, when you walked up to people?
I was prepared to. I was prepared to because like when you have a fake ID, you like go to all these extra lengths in your head of like memorizing the birthday and being like, just in case they ask me, this is my star sign.
Yeah.
You know?
I've never been asked my sign. Ever.
Me neither.
Never been asked my sign.
But you get so anxious that you're like, fuck, I've got to look up what their rising is.
Yeah. You start method acting and stuff.
Yeah, so I was prepared to try and put on an American accent, but I ended up just not talking at all. Going in with my friends who were of age and kind of just being in the crowd and just kind of smiling and not saying anything, and it worked. And I was like, oh my God.
So you handed somebody that ID and it worked?
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are some bad bouncers, man. Those are some, they should get fired because that 5'9" and this
I
little
was wearing
5 foot person
but
still.
in heels, I'm still only about 5'4".
Yeah. My God.
Yeah. So, yeah, I did a naughty little thing.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So back to this question. What can they do? I don't think anything other than turn themselves in.
So. Other than admit your wrongdoings.
So I and this is the last thing I want to talk about because we're just about out of time, but I'd like to spend some minutes talking about this. When they say, please keep in mind that I do fear authority very much, I relate to that. And I relate to it a little bit as of recently.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm telling that story.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. God. Yeah,
I'm going to tell that. I'm not going to tell the story in a way where it's just like, it's like leading up to something big because the thing is very, very obvious. I didn't fall victim because it didn't actually work, but I did fall for the beginning stages of a scam.
Yes.
Of a classic scam. And thinking back to it, it's like it's very, very obvious, you know? But in the moment, I was in the perfect headspace, and I fucking fully believed it. So the scam was that you get a cold call.
So scary.
It was petrifying to me. It was one of the worst things that ever happened to me.
So fucking scary.
It was so bad. But I get a call. I get a lot of calls. I get a lot of telemarketers and stuff like that. I don't always pick up, so if I'm a random number. And but then I pick up is just this random number from New York. I pick it up, and there's this voice on the other end that was like, your social security number has been, I forget what they said, suspended, has been this or that due to suspicious activity. Please stay on the line. I stay on the line. And a woman picks up and she full blown gives me her badge number and says, I just want to verify who you are, blah, blah, blah. And starts legitimately telling me there's a warrant out for your arrest because of this reason and this reason and this reason. And bro, my fucking blood ran cold. I was having such a normal day. Not even like that normal of the day. I was already having kind of a shitty day. And then I get that fucking phone call. And listen, the only reason that I believed that is because just recently I had something with the IRS. I have a lot of stuff with the IRS. I owe some money due to some flat sound stuff, and I'm paying it off. And just recently, I was talking to them about setting up a payment plan and doing this or that and blah, blah, blah. And they let me know that my Social Security number may have been used in Texas like 3 different times because they said that I made money through this or that, and I didn't. So they're like, oh, you should look into it, ask your accountant, blah, 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 this or that. And that kind of freaked me out. They were like, have you ever worked at Applebee's? And I was like, I've never been to Texas. Like, I don't know.
I've never been to Applebee's, excuse you.
I actually have been to Applebee's. But excuse you. Wait, have I been to Applebee's? I don't know. I should go to Applebee's. There's one like right across the freeway from my house. We should go.
Okay.
But yeah, they on the phone were like, hey, so your Social Security number is being used to do this and that, and there's a warrant out for your arrest, and they have opened 20 different bank accounts, and they've, this in some of them are in different countries, and there's been suspicion of money laundering as well as drug trafficking and blah, blah, blah. And she just really let me know there's a warrant out for your arrest. Said my name, I verified my address. It was just, and she gave me a badge number, And I was like, I was beyond panicking, It was with that stuff, with like, hey, recently in Texas, this stuff was happening. That stuff was true. Coupled with that, I believed it. I was in the moment of believing it. I fully fucking believed it. The raw terror in me, just the blinding, searing fear in me. The entire time I was like, what? No, of course I haven't done that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I'm choking back tears. I'm
absolutely
like
fucking it.
I thinking, what do I do? And I told her, and this is like one of the first kind of signs that I was like, I don't know if this is actually real, is when I was like, what do I do from here? Do I call a lawyer? Do I blah, 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 whatever? Because I guarantee you it wasn't me. They were like, oh, like, what's your bank account? Information. That'd be funny. What's your bank account? Who is it through? Blah, blah. And she started asking me how much money I have in my account. And I'm like, I guess they can't do anything with that information. So, blah, blah, blah. And this scam generally progresses, because you were telling me, because like we were looking into it afterwards, this scam eventually progresses to the point of scaring you so bad. Because like she got to the point of telling me the FBI is going to investigate this, and when they do, they'll freeze your account and you will not have access to your money during that investigation. And that's, I was like, I was thinking like, fuck, I got to pay rent. I have to take care of my dad. What the fuck am I going to do? Oh my God, there's a warrant out for my arrest. Holy shit, $20 million. Oh my God. And I'm freaking out the entire fucking time. I'm believing it the whole time. Like, keep that in mind. I'm actually believing that all of this is true. Oh my God. And it's so embarrassing too, because looking back, it's so clearly fake. But really, coupled with the Texas thing, I just believed it. Oh my God, I'm still a baby. I don't know any of this stuff. That's never happened to me before. So eventually, you were telling me that the scam progresses to them being like, if you want to save that money, you can move it on to some gift cards or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So, thank God at that point, I would have definitely been like, what? Oh, what? Suck my dick. Go away. What the fuck? But it didn't get to that point, because I was in such dread and I was having such a breakdown over the phone with this person as I'm falling for this scam, that I was like, I'm so sorry. I need to call my therapist. Like, I we'll speak later, but I gotta call my therapist.
I have to get off the phone because I need to call my therapist, because I'm losing my fucking mind.
I was tripping, and then I get off the phone. Oh, who do I call? I call my accountant. Thank God she didn't pick up, because that would have been so embarrassing. You'd be like, dude, it's clearly a scam, and I'm crying. I really do think that the only reason she let me go, because earlier I was saying one of like the first signs was that when I was like, do I get a therapist? Do I get a lawyer?
She's like, yes.
Do I get a lawyer? She sort of implied like, no, they can't do anything for you, which sounded really fake to me.
Yeah.
But also, like, I was scared, and she was talking about FBI investigations and stuff like that. So I was like, what? Is it what? I can't even do that? Holy shit. So I genuinely think, this is the funniest part, I think that the whole reason that she even allowed me to get off the phone, because I tried to get off the phone, but, like, she was giving me her badge number and letting me know things like, if you tell this to anybody and if you talk to people about it, it won't be good for you, you know? And she was like trying to keep me on the phone and stuff, you know? And I think the whole reason that she even let me on the phone, that she even let me go is because I was having such a breakdown and just repeating, I have to call my therapist. So I think eventually she was like, let's not ruin his life. Let's fuck, he's crying. Like, let's not do that. So
he doesn't have that much money in his bank account.
Right, he already said it. Fuck, it's not worth this. Jesus Christ. So I call my accountant. Thank God she didn't pick. Thank God she didn't pick up. I didn't actually call my therapist, but I did call you, and I'm like freaking out as I'm on hold with the IRS because I need to like verify, like, is anything happening with this or that. And I get on the phone with them, and they were just like, this is probably fake, but you need to call SSA and verify. And then as soon as you call SSA, there's like a recorded message on there that's like, hey, so this scam is happening right now, and it's happening to a lot of people. So if that's happening to you, please report it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God. So that whole thing went away. But another funny part of the thing, and this is something I haven't told you yet, is I told a couple friends,
like, the funny thing is that I've lost all of my assets now.
Right. That's the hilarious part, is that a little twist at the end is that it was true.
Oh my God.
And they're taking me away now.
Oh shit.
I told a couple friends about it. I told Nikki and I told Holly. And, you know, just as I'm telling this, I want it to be this like big reveal at the end where I'm just like, and it turned out to be fake. And I like start telling it to Nikki, and she was like, oh yeah, I got one of those calls the other day. It was a scam. She like immediately knew and didn't have to like do the 2 hours of crying that I did. Isn't that funny? I told the whole thing to Holly.
Oh yeah, I got one of those.
I told the whole thing to Holly, and she was like, oh yeah, that happened to me like it's happened to me like a ton. And I was like, oh boy. Okay, well, it's never happened to me before. And also I had a legitimate recent scare that had to do with my social security number. I guess, I believed it. I believed the scam. That's the bottom line. I believed the scam and I cried. That's the bottom line.
God, because I mean, obviously they're just cold calling everyone, and they just happened to hit on someone who A, had a business with the IRS, B, had some social security stuff going on, and C, was in a headspace to start immediately fucking freaking out about it.
God.
It hit so hard. I really have to emphasize, because like you phoned me while you were on hold to the IRS, and I was like, well, you know, you don't know anything yet. It's probably fake. You know, I'm looking it up, and it's probably a scam. But you really, it was horrible to listen to.
I was tripping. I thought I literally I was going through the motions of my head of me being arrested, having all of my money frozen. Not being able to take care of my dad or pay rent or lose this. Am I going to lose the house? I'm like, oh my God. Like it was like my world was crumbling. I was like, this is not happening. This can't happen. And I guess it's because it wasn't happening and it didn't happen. But but imagine believing that, man. Come on. Imagine fucking believing that. That shit sucked. Like it.
God,
it was seriously. But the silver lining is that I look at the trouble that I'm in with the IRS, you know? God, it just feels so small now.
Well, I don't owe $20 million.
Yeah, I'm not like being investigated by the FBI. I was like tripping when I called the FBI. I called the FBI.
Called Mulder himself.
Fox, you got to get an alien stole my money. I was tripping when I called the IRS, and they were very just like, hey, it's cool. Hey. It's probably a scam. There's been stuff like this happening a whole ton, especially lately, and we're gonna look into it. Blah blah blah. And then when I got on the phone with like the other lady, it was so nice of her to just be like, okay, so first of all, we never threaten warrants out for an arrest. We never threaten to arrest anybody. We just send lots of stuff in the mail, as you know. We'll just send shit in the mail, and we never say, hey, you have to pay this all at once. We only want a payment plan. We only want this or that, and you only owe this amount, and blah, blah, blah. You're good. And I was like, whoa.
Generally, you will not be arrested and taken away and stuff like that.
I believed I was going to be arrested and taken away. So now
It's so bad because, I mean, obviously nobody wants to get arrested and taken away. Obviously, no one likes that. It's universally an awful experience. But, like, especially, it's, God, it's just, they couldn't have picked a worse fucking person to
let's like really talk about that. I'm agoraphobic. I struggle with agoraphobia and had a stint in my life where I can't stress this enough, didn't leave the house for 10 years.
Yeah.
I didn't leave my town.
Of, like, some police coming and being like
forcibly taking
you away. I can't imagine
is one
a
of
more
my
traumatic
most
thought than
triggering
that.
fears.
Yeah.
It really, really, really is. And it just
horrifying.
Fuck, man. Like it was so bad. But it is funny to like explain the thing to Nikki and not even be very far into it. She was like, oh yeah, I got one of those calls the other day. It was a scam. And I was just like,
oh yeah, super fake.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Yes, that was also my reaction.
That's still wiping tears from my eyes. Yeah, no, totally. Got him. I called her a B word and hung up. That's totally how
that was fucking stupid of them, huh?
I said, you can't get the Mitch. No, not me. And she's like, you're still crying. I'm like, I know. Okay, I was scared. Of course I'm crying.
Oh.
Now, I did how you say cry on the phone to the IRS.
Yeah, but, you know, I'm sure they get it all the time. I'm sure they hear it frequently.
Yeah. Okay, so that exact scam, and we're pretty far over, so we got to wrap this up after this, but that exact, or it's a fucking pod, we go for 2 hours, it doesn't matter, but as if we what the fuck, as if we're not in charge of the show.
We have a producer who's like, wrap it up, guys, come on.
Oh, sorry, Tony's pointing at his watch from across the room to me. I can't. Fuck. No, so this particular scam, from what I read up on it, it's pretty easy, and I'm going to give it a shot. No, it's
just got to be good at scaring people.
This particular thing does happen sometimes, but like the very particular, like, oh, I'm an agent from the SSA, and your social security number is this or that, and oh, there's a warrant out for you, or just that whole thing, like that particular scam happens. And last year in 2018, it's happened, I think it was like 2,000 or 3,000 times. There were like 2,000 or 3,000 reported cases. In 2019, just a few months into 2019, it was in the 30 something thousand.
Yeah.
It was like 35,000 or something.
It was like 10 times more people had been got by it, and collectively it was like in the millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, collectively this scam has pulled in like $10 million from people. And that makes me feel...
From just poor people who have just been so scared into being manipulated into this. Dude, it makes me mad.
That makes me so fucking angry, just the idea of a person, because, I'm confident that had it, because, I was still doubtful, but I was fucking petrified. I was really, really scared. So I got as far into it as I did. But I'm confident that if they got to the point where they were like, but wait, there is something you can do. If you put all this money on gift cards and then give
an iTunes voucher,
give that code to me, like then I would have just been like, what? Stop calling me. What? Wipe the tears from my eyes. But this scam has pulled $10 million already. So like, I imagine just like an older person,
people who aren't like so savvy with stuff like that. It's so upsetting.
That makes me so fucking angry.
Awful.
I will say though that though I didn't get to that point where I was like, here's the gift certificate for tens of thousands of dollars. Yeah, you're going to give it back, right? I did definitely give my home address and the last 4 digits of my social.
Oh my God.
So they have that. They definitely have that. So I have to call SSA on Monday.
So time to move, I guess.
I have to call them on Monday and just be like, I don't know what to do here. I guess just like, I'm not going to be taking out any loans for probably the next few years. So just know that I'm not going to be opening up any, I'm not going to be applying to credit cards. I'm not going to, what do I do? Just make sure I don't get my identity stolen in the next few years, please.
I'm giving you a heads up. Please just work with me here.
Yeah.
and let me I just want to live my life. It's fine. So that was the most exciting part of your weekend.
Oh, it got my heart pumping. Ooh, it got the adrenaline going. Yeah, having to pace around my office with my phone to my head as tears streamed down my face and my heart thumps. Yeah, that was a roller coaster.
That was a while.
Yeah, I'm sort of an adrenaline junkie. I love for people to cold call me and actually convince me that there's a $20 million FBI case.
God, I hate it so much. Ugh.
Terrible.
Yeah.
But it is definitely time to wrap up now.
Oh, yeah. We're at like an hour? We're at an hour.
Yeah, we're just about over an hour.
Cool. Well, hope you all enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. You have been listening to All the Space in Between. My name is Mitch.
I am Billy.
And together, I interrupted you. Together, we make, and then you think of a cute one. That's a cool one. What's a cool one? Millie, I'm not loving.
No, because it's already a name.
Bitch is what people kind of gravitate toward.
I like stuff like Bilchel.
Yeah, I like when people mix them like that. Bilchel.
Yeah.
Blawing.
What's it? What can I? But I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I can't combine the last two.
I mean, we're already over an hour. Let's just run out the clock. I don't care at this point. Yeah. Let's just sit here. Let's just give like 10 seconds of just complete silence. I think that'd be fun.
Okay. I can't do it.
Yeah, good. Thank God. I was like, fuck, it's only been like 4, and I already regret it so much.
I'm fucking dying.
That was...
Together we are Bilchel. I'm going with Bilchel this week. Yeah. If you want to write us your pickles, your questions, your shenanigans, and the such like, you can email us at
allthespaceinbetween@gmail.com. If you'd like to visit our website, you can go to
allthespaceinbetween.com.
I didn't set that up well for you. I said and then I paused because I had to stop myself from saying it. You do so good at this, and I just throw you curveballs constantly. You make the episode so smooth, and I trip and fall.
Somehow tripping on a completely smooth surface.
It's so easy to do, and I fuck it up.
You all know the fucking website anyway.
Yeah, allthespaceinbetween.com. You cannot forget it. Thank you to the people that listen to. I'm getting tired. That listen to this podcast on iTunes or Apple Podcast and Spotify and things like that. If you'd like to be especially nice, please leave us a nice little review on.
We love them.
The podcasting app. What is it? Apple Podcast. Yeah, Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. The old iTunes.
Mm-hmm. Oof, yeah. iTunes is no more? Let's not start another topic.
we simply can't start any other topics.
Let's get into that for a second. Thank you guys so much for listening. We will talk to you next week. Enjoy this Slow Smog song. I hope you guys are liking the intro and outro. And yeah, we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.